Welcome
to Leadcast. Let's go.
Intriguing.
Without delay.
Hello and welcome to episode 352 of the Leadcast podcast. I'm your host, Nick the King Cooper. Joining me, Aiden Frost Rockards.
Hello.
Oh, will you blow the fuck out of your mic?
I know I did. Fuck, I'll have to edit that. Oh no.
Colton, move Eskin Sweat.
Hi, at a regular volume.
Hello.
I didn't even say anything that loud. What the fuck?
No, you're just inside of your, like, it was inside your mouth for a second.
Can you tell which way gain is up and which way gain is down? Really quick. That's down.
Wow.
We're going to leave this in, right?
Maybe. Depends on how it actually sounds.
On this League of Legends related podcast.
Hey,
The game was way up.
this week on Leadcast, we're going to be talking about a shit ton of news, including KDA, shocks, champ pick rate, skin variants that came out, a patch came out. We get to talk about World's Finals this week, which I'm pretty excited to talk about. Roundtable question, a spicy cheese pick, some LCS news, and 3 emails. But before we get into that, let's talk about our weeks. Aiden, you can launch this escapade, this ship.
I'm busy as fuck.
Yeah.
And next week I'll be busy as fuck. But after that, dude, I'm pretty well done school for the year.
Nice.
It's actually so dumb. Like, my 2 heaviest courses this semester are both so front loaded that my final presentation for one of them was on Thursday of this past week, and my final presentation for the other one's on Wednesday, and I've already had the final for that class, and the other class doesn't have a final.
Wait, and you still have
literally
3 weeks to go?
Yeah, because the one class there's 4 weeks of presentations because they're long presentations,
okay.
but we're going first. So I pretty well don't have to go to that class, so there's no more marks in that class. And then my other class, it's literally there's no more marks in it, but we have a big case competition next Saturday, so I have to go after to hear how we did. But then after that, I'm done that class too, and then I still have 2 weeks or 3 weeks of class left. So
That's not bad.
yeah, it's great. It's really nice. It's
You
just
have
a
to
little
chill
bit
for a while.
stressful right now.
Yeah.
That's about it, though. I really didn't do much.
When it comes to presentations, do you guys prefer to go first or wait until the end?
I guess I prefer. Well, I just prefer not to have all my shit bunched together. Is the main thing. If I could make it so I didn't have all my presentations the same week, I would have, and that would have made me go last. But it's gonna be nice to have it done, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought process. Is you either go first and everyone forgets about how shit you did, or you go first and everyone is terrified to have to follow you up.
I like normally going earlier. I don't want to go first, but I want to be in the first block.
When I sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's 4 blocks. My preferred would be going in the second block personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because it's a 30-minute presentation for this the big one, and I have no idea what the fuck we're supposed to present, really.
Oh, no.
So it's one of those, I guess we just put a bunch of shit up here. It's just, she didn't say anything. She just said, yeah, do your presentation on your case that you've been writing for the last however many, or 150-page, document. So.
Holy, how many people do you have in your group for that?
5.
How many people are doing their work?
I mean.
Less than 5.
So I'm currently playing the game of who's going to say, hey, we have a presentation in 5 days. Do you guys want to start prepping for it? But I have so much other shit to do as well that I'm not gonna take that lead until Monday at least.
Okay, yeah. That's
Dangerous
rough.
game.
Hey man, I have other shit to do.
True.
Yeah, C's get degrees. Anything else?
I
Play any LAN League?
Yeah, how's Latin America?
I
treating
barely
you?
played. I mean, I kind of just have to stop climbing. I thought first of all, I thought ranked ended next Monday, but it's this Monday that it ends, or this
Yeah.
Tuesday. I mean, so I thought I had one more week, and just this past this week and next week are just too busy to grind. Rank is the main thing. My last day of being busy, I was on next Saturday, and I was like, oh, I'll just grind Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday,
Ooh.
Tuesday. But yeah, I just don't have time to grind. So I'm probably just gonna end like D3 or D2 in Latin America. That's fine. I ended
That's not
D1, or sorry, I ended D2 in North America as well. So I'm happy with that. I'm wondering if I should play one game on 3v3 and 5v5 flex to get my chromas. But then that means I'll have plat borders for them, assuming I don't get placed diamond. So I'm not sure about that.
It's better than not receiving rewards at all, right?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
would
know,
way
man.
rather
I don't
have
want
a
a
plat
fucking
border
plat
in the
border.
chroma.
I don't know. I'm debating it. Other than that, I booked holidays, I booked tickets for holidays. I have to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna book it for work. That's gonna be a disaster. Because I don't get off school until the 19th, and then it's like Christmas 3 or 4 days later, right? And then I have like my Christmas, like entire family Christmas, 2 days where I could work, and then I'm booking a week off.
Ooh.
So I don't know how I'm gonna how I'm gonna pass that one, but I already booked all my tickets and stuff. So
Where are you going?
Yeah.
Chicago,
What?
Ooh, fun.
yeah,
Coming out?
yeah, for New Year's.
I didn't even know that.
You did know that, but you were also very intoxicated when we talked about it.
That must have been a couple weeks ago then.
It was the night that we were all drinking. that I
Okay.
talked to you.
Okay.
The one that Nick went to bed at
Oh
7
wait,
o'clock.
yeah. Now I do vaguely remember that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because Kevin pitched the idea of having New Year's at his house or Alex if Kevin couldn't or something.
Hmm.
Cool.
All right.
What about you, Colton?
So I haven't really played much of any ranked. I mean, I played like 2 or 3 games, I think, but not any serious ranked. I went from fun employed to employed. What does that mean? The fun is gone. So I've traded in my fun for money, and I'm okay with that decision because in the long run, I can turn money back into fun.
That's true. How does the equation work though? Is it like 2 funds equals 1 money, or?
I think it really depends on like it's really a question of time, right? Like you can turn like 1 time into 1 fun with 0 money, but like 1 time with 1 money can become like 3 fun. But I can also turn like
Okay,
1 time into like 3 money at my job. So I just need to find the balance, right? Because if I have a lot of time but no money, I don't have that much fun. I just sit here all day playing solo queue, and like the return of fun just goes down and down and down. But if I have money, I can afford to do things like go to CS:GO events in Chicago.
Jet skis.
Jet skis too. Yeah, so I'm working. I'm back at the bank, and now I'm part of the compliance team, which means I read government regulations and I make sure people are following them. Isn't that fun? Yeah, crickets.
Yeah.
That's what I expected. Other than that's really I think about it. I don't think I've really done anything else like significant this week. How about you, Nick? What are you up to?
Hey, well, I finished my 3rd class of the semester, so that was pretty much the biggest thing on my plate, I guess. I've just been playing ARAMs pretty much, so
Oh yeah, I
pretty
guess
much the same.
I guess I'm doing pretty okay with like school. I think I've got like 1 more round of tests at the end of the year, and then I already finished my like final English paper, which isn't due for like another 3 weeks, I think. So.
Nice.
Yay, school. You want to talk about the news?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
How
talk
about the
about
news?
the
What,
news.
what about your? Yeah, you were just talked about your week. I didn't listen to a single thing you said, Nick, but I'm sure it was great.
Oh, I made a baked potato. That's big news for one of our listeners.
That's toxic. Want to go into our news? Want to go to the patch first because that's probably the most real news that we have.
Yeah, let's do the patch.
Patch 8.22 hit on Wednesday.
Yeah. First up, Akali. Last hit assistance removed, W cooldown increased early, and her ultimate damage is decreased early and increased late.
I mean, the shroud change is pretty big, I guess, but other than that, it's not that big of a nerf.
Yeah, that's a pretty small nerf.
Fiora, small improvement on lunge targeting.
That's good.
I thought you said
yeah.
lunch targeting.
Yeah.
I wish I had improved fucking accuracy on my lunch targeting. You just like, what do I want for lunch? I instantly know.
Instantly now.
Superpower. Jin, they bug fixed to, what is this? Just fixing like his 1, 2, 3, 4 on his passives so that it works better. I don't really want to read that block of
That's
text.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they fixed something about his passive to make a thematically resonant number of fixes for Jin. Oh, I guess
they just made
there
four
are 4
fixes.
issues with his passive.
Okay, that makes sense.
I thought it was like, we changed this on the first shot, we fixed this on the second shot. I'm like, really? Was there a problem with every shot?
Yeah. Okay.
LeBlanc.
Oh, sorry. LeBlanc W
LeBlanc.
damage decreased by 10.
That's a bigger change than people probably think it is, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
That's her biggest trading tool.
it's her biggest trading tool and her wave clear, so.
I think it's actually like a good nerf. Maokai. E cooldown decreased, damage increased early.
I don't know where they're buffing his worst ability.
I think
They
it's
Probably
should
to
just
make him
rework,
not as
they
worst
should just
jungler.
rework his ability, honestly.
It's just to make him a better jungler.
That's fair.
Nunu. AD increased, Q heal from champions increased. So let's see. Okay, yeah, so 4 base attack damage, and then the heal versus non-champions has gone down, but on champions is better. Okay.
Cool.
We had Pike. Let's see. Grey Health no longer scales with max health, but scales harder off of AD. W move speed decrease scales with lethality instead of AD. E stun scales with lethality instead of rank. Ultimate scales with lethality. Stop building him tank.
They say,
Is basically
fuck
what
you,
the-
stop building your Frozen, or is it Frozen Heart? Yes,
Yeah,
Frozen Heart.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You want people to play a character a certain way. Let's make all of his abilities scale off of lethality. Like, what?
They're really shoehorning him into a role, I would argue.
So, like,
No, they don't do that.
I feel like the equivalent of this is like if people were playing AP Kaisa and they just made all of her evolutions like based on crit. She's like, nope, you have to build crit. You have to. It's so dumb. I mean, I think it'll probably be fine. I think he'll still be really strong. I don't know. I think Aftershock will still have all of its strength, and I don't think that convincing people to not buy Frozen Heart will make an actual difference. Like, you don't need it. The Aftershock tankiness you get is still plenty, and you can go damage and still be, like, stupidly tanky for how squishy you should be.
So he's a way better champion after your, like, if you get all 3 lethality items, right? Because, like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at it, his stun even, right? It goes even when you have 40 lethality, which it gives you 18 per lethality item. So on your third one, it's just a better stun than it was before. I'm sure there's, like, similar conversions for all of them.
Yeah, and I think the thing, though, is, like, you leveled E last, so it's actually better now. Like, you know, at like level 9, when you've maxed your Q, you'll probably have like a Duskblade and maybe a lethality item if you're doing well. So like your stun will be at 1.3 seconds earlier than it was before.
You were still the only Pike I saw that maxed W second, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
I disagree. Everyone I ever looked up on op.gg put W second.
I saw no one ever.
Okay. Whatever.
That being said, I definitely don't disagree with you now, Colton, because why the fuck would you overmax E, right?
Yeah, there's nothing that gets better about it. What, it gets flat damage?
It has cooldown still, I believe, but it's
Oh,
like not
okay.
that big of a difference, I don't think. I think it's a second off each level.
Yeah, it's not huge.
Yeah. Trundle, on the other hand.
Oh, yeah, I think that's mine.
damage-
I'm supposed to read that. Yeah.
No Nick Red Pike.
Okay.
Trundle, on the other hand, Q damage increased. Is Trundle coming back, dude? Are you ready to play a tournament, Colton? Yikes.
I'm sorry. I had to let my dog out because he kept whining.
That's all right.
I don't know.
I
Did
made
people want to listen to that for like an hour and a half?
No, I made a joke about Trundle being buffed and then us playing a tournament potentially.
Ooh, I get that joke. I'm not a jungler anymore, Eden.
Yeah.
I'm a dedicated support one. Victor, Q discharge based image is decreased late. The ratio is up. The R damage is decreased, but the ratio is up. I wonder what that's targeted towards. Is it telling people not to play tanky top lane Victor and to build AP? That is what it's doing.
Next up is Time Warp Tonic. Consuming a potion or biscuit grants 50% of its health and or mana restoration immediately, but prevents that consumable from being used again until the effect ends. Health and mana per tick is then reduced by half for the effect's regular duration, and you still gain the 5% move speed while under the effect.
So it's just this buff.
So no, the difference is it doesn't last
doesn't last.
longer anymore.
Ah,
So you get
it
get
doesn't
less
give you the
healing
10%
overall,
extra.
but it's front loaded.
that's better though, right? There's no way that's not better, I think.
I mean, it's got a different use now. Whereas before, like, you could literally just be chugging your corrupting potion for like a full minute and just have like
Corrupting's probably the one nerf, right?
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that's really it. Is that like in the long term, having a 20% longer corrupting potion, right, gets you like 2.5 seconds on every charge, which is 7.5 seconds per refill. Like it's not huge, but it makes a difference. Whereas now it's just about front loading your potions. I think you will see a lot less people taking it, but the fact that there's still movement speed is nice. Because that's why
that makes
some
sense.
people took it.
Cool.
Yeah. And then bug fixes.
Oh, it doesn't work on
Nami.
elixirs anymore.
Yeah, because
I don't
that's
think
OP.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Front
really
load-
fun though, just getting like your blue elixir and having 5% movement speed always.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
OP. Program Nami, Program LeBlanc, Praetorian Fiddlesticks and Graves, and then Victorious Oriana. Hot take, Program is the worst skin line. I think every
No.
single Program skin looks like shit.
You're fucking. I think both those ones look real. I think the Nami one looks fucking wild in game. It looks great. I think the Fiddlestick skin is one of the worst skins ever released.
It looks great. See, the splash art looks good. In game, it just looks like Fiddlesticks, but without any clothes, without anything.
Even the Graves one in game doesn't look good, but I can at least see like where they're going with it.
Sure.
I don't know.
Nah, dude.
Why doesn't the robot have a cigar? I don't get it. Robot should
But if you
have
had
a
an e-cig, dude.
Fucking
Praetorian Graves is like a fucking jewel.
and Victorious Oriana. Pretty
Yeah.
exciting.
That splash looks okay.
Nah.
I can't wait till next patch when we talk about skins because it's the Coven skins, the Lysandra and who's the other
The
one?
Coven skins?
Is it not Is it
Coven.
Coven?
Coven.
Oh
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah,
Either way,
Lysandra and Camille. And they look so sick.
a coven is a gathering of witches. The word coven. So it's a word developed in the 13th century. Cool.
Mhm.
Or sorry, no, that's wait. Oh, it became popular in 1921 though.
Why 1921?
I don't know. It was unused in English until that time, but that's weird. Anyways, we're not wordcast. What I wanted to say though is those skins, Nick. I don't like the base ones, but I think the Lysandra one has the best chromas in the entire game.
Ooh, I haven't seen the chromos for them, so I'll have to check them out.
It's
Is that also
they're
going to
great.
include Lunar and Solar Eclipse Leona?
Yep, I believe so. I think it's also the pajama skins too, which we'll talk about in about a second.
Hey, pajama skins. So
Yeah.
I missed this. I didn't catch the full thing. So if you guys want to,
So it happened and got responded to within like 8 hours. This is probably the real thing. So you're probably like at school or working. So Riot announced Star Pajama skins, which are skins for Ezreal, Lulu, Soraka, Misfortune, and fuck, who's the last? I can't remember the last one off the top of my head. Did I say it? I think I said Ezreal, yeah. Either way, it's pretty well all the Star Guardian effects, but in a new model. Like they're all like dressed in pajamas, and they're all going to be 1350 skins, but you're going to get a 30% discount if you owned the Star Guardian version of it. So if you own Star Guardian Ezreal, you're going to get a 30% discount on Star Pajama, whatever the fuck it's called, Ezreal. Yeah, Pajama Sam Ezreal. So people were mad because it's just reusing effects and stuff. I was like on the fence about it, saying that yeah, it shouldn't be discounted to 940 RP. It should be discounted to 750 if you own the other one, because the way that Riot tries to go by skins is 1350 is like new effects, new voiceover, new model, whatever, any of that shit, right? And these are new effects, but not new effects compared to a different skin, right? They're effects compared to the base skin. So I said, well, they should definitely make it so it's discounted to 750, which is the tier where it's not new effects, if you own the other one. Because they're not new if you own the other one, but they're new if you don't own that other one, in theory, right? And that's what they did. They made them a 45% discount instead. So now they're 750 RP if you own the other one, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it for sure.
Like it makes me want them to do more of this. Like,
yeah, like, hey, go ahead, reuse some of those particle effects to make like really cool skins, but also like if I already bought those, like give me a discount.
yeah, like I'm sure there's tons of like water skins, like Pool Party or Nectin. They could easily do some sort of like water effect with all of his like particles on that skin and just make a 750 skin out of it, right? Like, and I'd buy it. I feel like it's a really, really cool way to reuse assets.
I think the issue with it is like there's a fine line between like doing that and making chromas, right?
I agree, yeah.
We're like, I think that's probably why they haven't done it a lot in the past. Is they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna reuse assets by doing chromas. But definitely, I don't know. I'm fine with how they turned out. Like with what they ended up doing with it. I don't. People that are upset, I think, should calm down.
Yeah, like even when they were like 940, like don't buy them, I guess, right? Like
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely think that wasn't the right price, but it seemed like they were like, yeah, we messed up. We just wanted to try this, so it's fine by me.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing with the Leona skin, by the way, like with the Blitzcrank, as with the Blitzcrank one, where there were two legendary skins of the same line, if you will. So if you buy one, the other one's cheap.
nice.
So what else is in news? Was this stat for all of like professional play last year or this year?
Yeah, all of professional play last year.
So yeah, in all of professional play, you know, tournaments, LCSs, all that stuff, 139 of 141 champions have been picked this year. The only two that haven't, Annie and Vi.
I mean, we talked about this previously, but this is a stupid metric to use.
Yeah.
And I completely disagree with this showing that League has diversity.
I think it'd be interesting to see, like, how much that number goes down if you said, like, picked more than 5 times.
Okay, if it's picked more than 5 times, it's like 40%.
Yeah, right? Where, like, there's just so many, like, one-offs or, like, hey, it wasn't quite a one-off because, like, they tried it and then someone else tried it and they were like, nope, yeah, bad.
Mm-hmm. See, all right. So I think when I talked about it, like when this first got brought up, I think when I compared it to Dota, I threw out any with less than 3 pick rate, with less than 3 games played, and it was still really high, like in the 90s. But I don't know. I think like the only way to realistically look at this is to take a set point of time and like find the champion diversity, because I guarantee you 139 champs weren't picked at Worlds.
No, like 110 were or something, though.
Sure, and that's a great start, but I think this is a very misleading statistic, and I don't care for it very much.
I think it's absolutely fine as long as you use it responsibly.
But
I think Nick,
it's not being used responsibly.
Well, that's not true.
Okay, so we just
arguing
presented the
that-
statistic. We didn't make any argument with it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm just going what I saw based on the Reddit comments, which may be the wrong thing. But I think
the title of the post and the article it was written in was used professionally. It said 98.5% of champions were picked in professional play in 2018, the most of any season.
Sure, yeah. Okay,
Which,
that's
if
fine.
you're comparing it to other seasons, then yes, that is
Well,
the
there
exact
was
same
more
metric.
champions in the game this season.
Percentage-wise.
Forehead.
Shithead.
But I think, like, I don't know, this still doesn't sit right with me, because for half the year, certain champs were unpickable. For the other half, the other champs that replaced those were unpickable. Like, have we seen a Vlad since Spring Split?
Since Vlad meta.
But I don't think that's what we're kind of like is like the game cycles is what we're saying. We're not saying that, man, over the last month 139 characters.
Yeah, but I don't think this is a good like representation of champion diversity still.
I think it's a
feel
good
like
representation of game diversity.
I don't know.
You play
I
during the
disagree.
first quarter of the year and the last quarter of the year you're playing two different metas, which I think is interesting.
But to me, that says you have to play for an entire year to see your champ viable at some point.
I'm fine with that.
Maybe I'm just like stuck in this mindset of comparing it to Dota, where you can play basically any champ whenever.
No, that's not true at like 99% of levels of play, but yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like basic. Yeah. Like competitively, Dota has a much higher diversity based in a specific like patch.
That's like me saying, well, fucking StarCraft 2 has the most diversity.
But
Because
yes,
all
but I
three
can't.
races are equal, Nick.
But-
and they're neither one is better than the others over the however many years of StarCraft.
That's not what I'm saying, though.
But I'm saying
saying,
StarCraft
like-
2 is the most perfectly balanced game at all times.
But are they? Does each of the race have 33% pick rate?
I'm sure it's very, very even. Actually,
Really?
it's really.
I
crazy.
would be shocked if Zerg
Ew.
were very high up.
I would say, based on tiers, maybe. Is there a way to like check this? This has to be documented. There's no way that it's not, right?
Yeah, just I don't know, competitive StarCraft 2 race pick rate.
Win rate by win rate that's from
No, pick
2011. This is harder to find data than I would expect. Pick rate.
I think I've got something here. So in Grandmaster, in percentage of games, Zerg is picked 35% of the time, Protoss 34, Terran 29, and 0.6% random. Master 33, 26, 33, and 6% random. Diamond 35, 23, 30. Platinum 32, 27, 29. So there's like a slight leaning towards Zerg, then Terran, then Protoss, but like none of these in any rank. So the highest is Terran at 41% in bronze. Like that's
and that's just because that's the race that they start
Campaign,
you with.
yeah.
yeah, that's the campaign race. But like so above bronze, like the biggest disparity is 37 to 22%. That's like nothing.
Sure. Yeah.
Isn't that pretty crazy though, Nick? How
That's
fucking
way
balanced
more.
that game is?
That's way more balanced than I thought it was. I could have sworn it was going to be like Zerg like 40%, Terran 40%, and Protoss much lower.
Well,
Yeah.
why are you picking on Protoss?
Because I feel like from what I've seen, I feel like their gameplay is much more late game focused.
Mm-hmm.
And much more like micro oriented than
Yeah.
than the other two races, which doesn't exactly lend itself well for solo queue. But I just don't think I can leave that mindset, and it's not a bad thing. I'm certainly like I'm kind of shocked no one picked Vi at any point. I don't think she's.
Yeah, that's really surprising that it was Annie and Vi to me. Like,
I'm kind of surprised someone picked like Volibear, Shaco.
yeah, right.
Contracts did, remember? Contracts owned that. Did he own that game? I don't remember. Fuck.
As who? Volley?
I
Yeah.
think he did okay, right?
Let me check.
Oh, we did go through this
Oh,
entire.
he got fucking owned. He went 2-7.
I guess we did go through the Volibear got his E reworked or buffed with the knockback thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Predator, what's that other item? Righteous Glory volley meta. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny.
And I guess Shaco makes sense with like Stormrazor being added along with Dark Harvest being strong.
Plus, I feel like the fact that it's like all professional scenes, right? Like that, I think that leaves a lot more room for less developed scenes, like wildcard regions. You know, there might be a player out there who's just like a Shaka one trick, who's high challenger on his server, and he picks it anytime it's up, and then if he has to play like Gragas or something, he can, but that's what he's trying to bring to like the professional table. I
Cool.
feel
Well,
like that probably exists out there.
So you've changed my mind. I will accept this as a good professional data point until it's misused.
Yeah, I mean, like if someone went, man, League's League's meta is the most balanced it's ever been because 98% of characters were picked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that's that's wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or if they were trying to be like, yeah, wow, 98.5% of characters are viable to be picked in competitive right now. Oh no, that's not true either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really just right. That's the truth with all statistics. And for you young listeners out there, take a fucking statistics class. Because if there's anything that I learned from a statistics class, it's that you can do anything you want with data to make it fit your purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And make
numbers are black and white until you take a statistics class.
Until you take a statistics class, and you can make this be like, League isn't diverse at all because only 95% of champions have been played. Like you can do so much with it if you know how to. Anyway, moving on. Shox is freelance now.
She's becoming freelance.
Did this shock you when you heard the news?
As she fucking should, dude. She's a not to put it this way, but she's a hot commodity in the fact that she can be the host of whatever the fuck she wants in esports right now.
Oh, okay. So let's take it back to Dota. Did you watch any international, Aiden?
No.
Do you know who Casey is?
No, maybe.
Well, okay. So Casey is their like Shox pretty much. She hosts the big events. She does all the fun stuff. But she came from like originally a news channel, like a news station. And I'm pretty sure she freelanced into Dota initially, and she's been with them for a really long time. But she does everything, and I'm sure she gets fucking paid.
Yeah, like I think Shox is hosting the Game Awards on the 6th of December.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think the one like really notable thing when I like read her little Twitter post about it was that she was like, I've missed like so many like birthdays and weddings and like important events to fit LCS, and like I don't think that she's at all saying like, oh man, like I had to miss these things because of Riot, because like that's not my read on it at all. It's just like, hey, I've put in the fucking work, and now I'm gonna like make my own schedule because I am basically the pinnacle of hosting of League in League of Legends, right?
Well, I think at this point she has such a following, like such a fan base that Riot can't get away. Like if Riot wants to let her go, there's going to be a huge backlash. Like, it pretty much has to be Shox walking away from EU.
I mean, and she's still doing EU LCS. She's like rotating between her and Dracos. But still, like I think that's the only way Riot could do it. I don't think they could have went, now we're just going to switch to someone else.
Absolutely not, dude. People would have fucking burned down Riot HQ.
Yeah.
Lit.
Yeah.
So I didn't see this next piece. Ari is free with new League of Legends accounts?
So I
didn't see that either.
On like literally as I was getting ready for the show, I just like checked my Facebook real quick, and there was the League of Legends ad, and it was like, get check out KDA and like get Ari with your new account. So I'm not sure. Like that's what the ad led me to believe, is that like if I make a League of Legends account, I get Ari for free. Which I think is really cool, especially with how big like KDA blew up. Like people who have no idea what League of Legends is were like sharing the video and being like, this is cool, and doing like fan art, right? And I think that's a really great way to get people into the game is, do these big productions and like really cool videos and just throw it out there to a common audience and then try and tie it back and be like, hey, this thing you really like? It's part of this other thing that, we can get you to play a game.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Popstars charted at number 12, higher than anything that's been released in the past month, from a K-pop perspective. Imagine your job as a K-pop artist, and then you just get outclassed by a fucking video game company.
I feel like if they made it a Kali, it would have and again, I'm not 100% sure if this is actually the case. That's just my impression from the Facebook ad. Because like a Kali was the thing that blew up even more, right? Like there's so much fan art of a Kali out there.
I don't think they expected it to blow up at all. And I guess one of the listeners brought it up, like, hey, why wasn't the Akali like stealth? How would you describe that? Like neon color?
Yeah, like the neon blacklight thing, part of the skin.
Yeah. And my answer to that was because the video team and the skin team are two different teams. They probably didn't communicate, and I imagine the video was made after the skins had already been developed.
I guess for me though, like with this is something you can very actively change on the fly. You can be, you can say, oh wait, everyone loves, Akali. All you have to do is go to your, advertising team and say, hey, backspace Ari, enter Akali. Like Akali is now free with your League of Legends account.
Sure. But I think like Ari may be a little bit more approachable from someone who's never played League before.
That's fair.
There's a lot of sickos out there,
So 2 things. First of all, I didn't find anything, Colton, but so what I think they're referencing in the ad is that I think you get to choose like one of like a couple characters when you make an account now as like intro characters. Like over the first couple levels, do you like just unlock characters? So I think Ari is like one of the first ones that you unlock, is what I would assume at least.
Yeah, here, let me. I found it. I just went back to my Facebook, so I'll just read the actual ad. So it's League of Legends sponsored content on Facebook. Check out Ari, your new favorite pop star, for free with your new account. KDA skins available for purchase now, and it's like play for free Riot Games.
No. That means you can make an account for free, and you can check out Ari with that free account.
Yeah, I feel like. I don't know. I want to believe that they're going to give you one champion. Like
they might, but you got sucked into the to the advertising.
No, like as someone who like if I was reading this from a cynical point of view that I didn't play the game, I'd be like, you're probably going to make me like pay for it. But I'm just really hoping Riot Games is doing that because I think that'd be really cool.
So I found it like the new accounts. When you make a new account now, you get Ashe, Brand, and Garen free as while leveling up. Maybe they changed out Brand for Ari currently. I don't know. I just know those were the characters.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like if that's what they did, and if it's not, that's what they should do when they do these things.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I imagine champion sales accounts for a huge portion of their revenue. They can't like just offer them for free all the time.
They can though. They can offer one additional champion on a new account. Because all that does is get someone into the game. Like how many people like play the game and only own 4 champions? Nobody.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think part of Riot's business model is they get you hooked on like, oh, I'm gonna save up for Volibear. Wait, I don't like Volibear as much as I thought I would. Now I have to wait, and play the game more to get another character.
Yeah, but I think all like advertising for League of Legends is 100% about get them in, and here's one free champion to start. We'll get people in. And again, like they'll try the game, which is what they want, and all that really matters. And then it's up to the game design team to make it good enough that when they start playing it, they'll enjoy it enough to keep playing, and they buy more things. And, like, if, I don't know, like, all you need to do is get them in, and if you get them in and they play for a decent amount of time, you make money.
So, like, the only other thing is, originally, the Ari was the, like, splash image for the YouTube video, and they eventually changed that to a Kali, which is pretty funny.
See, I don't know, like, Ari is my favorite part of that video, because it's just, like, less, kind of less pop starry and more just like a normal, quote, normal person, I guess.
You're saying the foxes, dude.
Well, no, I have.
You just have a thing for girls doing laundry.
No, I think I have a thing for girls being like normal, if that makes sense. Like average, maybe.
Nah, Colleen's the best part of that video. Let's be real.
I'm not saying she's not a great part, but like, okay, the weird example: Taylor Swift and Shake It Off. She's just normal, and that's great.
You're just into the foxkin. Yiff yiff.
Oh, Nick.
Please don't check
no.
Please don't check my Reddit account.
Yeah,
Thank
yiff
you.
yiff. r/furry friends.
Carolina Panthers fan 2017.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I do think that's kind of cool that, like, obviously they weren't ready for Akali to be, like, they were banking on Ari 100%, and then Akali was, like, the real face of that, which is kind of cool.
I feel like it was probably like one person was like, wait a minute, what if on the subway she like drops a smoke bomb and made it all neon and shit, and they just like did it, and then we're like, hey, what if this was how it looked, and everyone was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like it was probably
that's
one
exactly
person.
how it went.
I don't know. I feel like it was probably one person was just did like a mock up of it, and everyone was like, wait a minute, that looks so good. Because I feel like the concept artist would have already had that for the skin if it wasn't somebody as part of the video team being like, this would look so good.
Yeah,
That being said, it's sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that's what I mean by the skins were created before the video was.
That being said, they did a really good job of immediately fixing that and adding it to the skin like as soon as possible.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Like, props to Riot. They've changed it to where when you're in your shroud as Akali, you become that neon like Akali rather than the base one. For like, and they did it for free basically. They're not making any more money from. Well, they're making
From
more money
people
because
who
more
already
people are
bought
gonna
it.
buy it. Yes, yeah, but that's a really cool thing to do that they didn't have to do. So
Yeah.
lit. Let's talk about Worlds because that's kind of news. Last week, Colton, you wanna bring this one in? Since it
Fnatic
was
got
your-
3-0'd.
in the shortest game or the shortest finals in history.
So
I think if Fnatic makes it to finals, they can win.
I think they could have won. I think they made a lot of dumb decisions. So they absolutely got outplayed by Invictus Gaming, and I think they also got outdrafted significantly. And I think I still retain the fact that I think Fnatic could have won that. I don't think by any means they were, a favorite. I don't think by any means they were like the, actually like significantly better team. I think I think honestly their draft was pretty garbage all 3 games. I would say for the first game it wasn't so bad, but then after seeing what didn't work, they continued to do what didn't work. So I think if they had actually drafted very well, I think they probably could have won that best of 5, like 4 out of 10, if 3 out of 10 maybe, but I think probably 4 out of 10 times. So I don't know. I think that they drafted really badly, and if you want to, I could go into what I think they should have done and what I think they did stupidly. But
I think IG was just better players.
IG was better players.
I love all the Reddit threads where they're like, well, Fnatic just disrespected them.
I mean, I think
I don't know, dude.
I think Fnatic's draft was disrespectful. I don't think it was the players, but that was my problem with the drafting is they the way they picked things didn't acknowledge at all that the solo lanes were just better players. Like if they had just picked Sion every game top, they would have been fine. Bwipo got smashed both games he played, and Soaz went even in lane until late game, and then the Shy popped off. But they drafted Urgot every chance they got to air quotes win lane, but you don't win lane against the Shy. It's probably not going to happen. So what do? You can see that the best you're going to do is go even, and you play a super tank like Sion, and you become useful in team fights instead of trying to actually match his pressure with an Urgot. I think that was a terrible decision. And the same thing with trying to pick fucking, what was it, Aurelia into like they pick Lissandra to counter you, but like again, you're gonna play a carry into carry matchup, or you're gonna play a carry into control
Rookie.
matchup.
Yeah,
Against rookie. Like if you play carry into carry, you're gonna lose. If you play carry into control, he's gonna outplay you. What do? You play control against control, or you play like you play support against like
Play
control?
Scion mid.
No, the game he went.
You pick Scion top. You pick Scion mid.
No, okay, so the game he went.
You pick Ezreal bot.
It was Azir into who did he play?
Blanc.
No, it was control mage. It was a control versus control matchup. Like that game, Caps did fine because you can play a control versus control matchup just fine, even if the other player's better. But you want to know you can't do? You can't play Aurelia into Lissandra against the best player in the world and expect to not get dumpstered by a really good jungler and mid laner. Like, I don't know. I think that was just dumb of them. I think they made a lot of drafting mistakes that cost them the series.
I agree that they made a ton of drafting mistakes. Like it's pretty obvious. Like even like basic shit. Like they shouldn't have put Soaz in if that's what they were gonna draft, right? Obviously Soaz. They wanted to draft Urgot in the third game. Caps didn't know how to play fucking Victor. Like, obviously Caps could play Victor, but he obviously wasn't comfortable on it. Whereas Bwipo could have played Victor top, right? And that could have been a flex pick, right? But instead they first picked Victor. Went fuck. What are we doing? And then they had to have Caps on him instead of like giving it to Soaz. You know what I mean? Like because they also wanted Urgot. Like they like little shit like that is just so obvious that their drafting was poor or like they were tilted or whatever. But I think the real difference was the fact that when they played IG in group stage, Ning played like fucking shit.
Yeah, and Ning popped off.
He was the MVP for the World Finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the difference from literally looking like he was trolling his team in group stage to this, like, I think that's personally the biggest factor. Like, he went from, like, Broxa looking like a god playing against him to Broxa looking like he hasn't played League of Legends. Like,
and so, yeah, I mean, again, Ning popped off, and I think, like, that was the third complaint with their draft that I wanted to put out is the fucking priority on Lee Sin. Like, you need to smash with Lee Sin to win, I think. Like, you need to get leads early, you need to snowball, you need to get control of the game, and, like, you're not gonna have winning solo lanes, you know? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna have a Lee Sin trying to snowball losing lanes that, you know, 2 of your lanes are gonna be losing, and hey, bot lane's kind of a toss-up. I don't know. I don't think Lee Sin was a very good choice. Like, yeah, he's a really good Lee Sin, but if the other jungler is competent and you have a losing top and mid lane, you're not gonna win that game. But yeah, Ning fucking popped off. Like, I think that was probably the most unexpected thing of the whole series, is that he played like, you know, one of the best junglers in the world.
Like, I don't blame them for putting priority. Well, they probably shouldn't have picked it the second game, but like that
was my issue. Is they continued picking things that didn't work.
Yeah, like the game that they smashed IG in like their tiebreaker game to get first in groups. They literally played Lee Sin into Gragas, right? But this is Lee Sin into Camille, which is a little bit different, but still, fucking Lee Sin smashed dickholes in that match. Like, I don't know, man. I don't blame. I mean, okay. They're drafting this shit, but like, I just think IG is just the better team, is the reality. I think if we had a double elimination, then the finals would have been IG KT.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, by no means am I saying Fnatic's the better team, but I think, like, had Fnatic drafted perfectly from game 1, and I think, honestly, had Soaz in from game 1, because he actually went even in lane with the Shy, because I think that he wasn't as cocky as Bwipo, thinking he can actually win that lane. I think that they can win that series, you know, 3 or 4 out of 10 times.
And like, I also think it's important to note that they could have also just put Bwipo on a tank, right? Is like the reality, and then drop priority for Urgot, and that also would have probably been better, I think. But what can you do?
I have one.
You can bitch and moan for another year.
League trivia question.
Yeah.
For competitive. There are two currently active players in the world. I don't know if you guys saw this Reddit thread. 2 currently active professional players in the world with 3 champions at above a 90% win rate. And I believe the metric this person used was they had to pick it more than like 7 to 10 times. So like pretty impactful.
So can we guess that the player with the pick?
Yeah, guess the player.
I want to guess the player with the pick though.
Sure.
Oh, they have multiple. Wait, sorry.
So both of them have 3 champions.
Okay,
at 90%. And there's two. There's two.
Fuck, that made it harder.
So there are 2 players who have champions at over 90%, or for like 10
Yes.
games plus, or whatever it is.
Yes, I'll try to find it while you guys are guessing.
So I want to say the first one's Faker.
First one's Faker.
Because it's definitely it's LeBlanc for sure is one of them because he only lost like 2 competitive games on LeBlanc. I want to say it's LeBlanc something and something.
So I feel like Faker's got like 75% plus win rates on almost all of his characters, or at least he used to.
I think his lowest one is like 70%, but he also has the most. Like he has the most champions on this list. I can't find it.
Maybe like okay, so
This is shit.
Definitely LeBlanc. I feel like there's a decent chance his Lulu is up there.
Well, I only know the champs or the players.
The players.
so-
Okay, so there's Faker and there's one other player we're trying to find.
Oh, hang on. I think I found the post. Ooh, I found it. Nice. Okay.
Ooh, he found it.
So let me.
I'm trying to think about it. I don't think it's LeBlanc for Faker. I think he's lost 4 games on it.
This is across their entire
Career, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
so can I guess the characters for Faker? Because I don't think it's
Yes.
LeBlanc, which I think is the most obvious answer. I think he's played too many games of LeBlanc. I think it's Zed and Fizz as 2 of them. I don't know the third is.
Zed and Fizz are 2 of them.
I don't
And
know.
it looks like the metric for this person was 10 games at above a 70% win rate. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what his third is because he's lost 4 games as
You won't
LeBlanc,
guess
right?
it.
Or is it 5
What
games
is
as
it?
LeBlanc?
It's 4 games of LeBlanc, but he's played her 20 times, so it's 80%.
Okay, yeah. Fuck.
His third one is Twisted Fate, which he has picked 10 times and lost 1 time on.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got
Okay.
that. I don't think.
What is his win rate on Lulu there? I feel like that's probably like
It is not listed. I think it fell just below the 70% rate.
okay.
So I think I know who the other player is, but I don't think it's not something I would have guessed. If that makes
You think
sense.
so?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool. Colton, do you want to take a guess first? Because I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
You can go ahead.
I'm pretty sure it's MLXG.
It is MLXG. That's the one I was hoping to trip you guys up on.
Is it
No, I just
Italy?
knew that you'd fucking bring this up if MLXG was one of the players. And
No,
I'm
it
assuming
wouldn't
it's
be
aggressive. I'm assuming it's aggressive junglers like Kindred.
Mantheon.
No, he lost 2 games at Worlds with Nocturne. Fuck. Hecarim?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what the third is.
You're just fucking picking. You're just looking at the list. You're cheating.
No, wait, did I get them in order?
Evelyn? Is it Evelyn?
Kindred is number 1. Hecarim is number 2. Evelyn's not on the list.
Ooh.
So I just know he was like playing a lot in China this past year for Hecarim.
Well, I guess his second and third are tied.
So it's not Nocturne as the third?
No, Nocturne's his 5th with a 75% win
Could it be
rate.
like Xinjiao?
Not Zinzao.
Are they? What
I don't know
type
if
of
he's
jungler are
played
they?
10 games. What'd you say?
Are they mage jungler or AD jungler?
It is a mage jungler.
Not Italy.
I wouldn't even say. Well, okay.
Is it Italy?
I don't want to give it away. It's not.
Give us a hint.
It's
Give
not
us a
in
hint.
Italy. It's not in Italy. I wouldn't say this champ was probably played as a mage in the jungle,
I'm pretty
but
sure I know
this-
who it is.
but this champion is a mage.
were they perhaps a mid laner and a top laner at one point?
Perhaps.
Are they? Never mind. I can't say that.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
Is it Echo?
It's Echo, yeah. Yeah. He Kindred 11-1, Hecarim and Echo 10-1. But I'm just saying, it's MLXG, not MLXD. That's
Yeah.
my boy. People make fun of him when MLXG makes a bad play. They say MLXD.
Oh, do you see the Apto thing?
I did.
Let me pull that up. That's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah. His points, if you want to read through them, are like actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So Apto did an hour and a half interview, Colton. I'm not sure if he's... Well, obviously, Nick's seen this.
Yeah, like I read like a
pretty
little
well-
summary of it.
Could you link it?
Yes, I will right here. for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So he goes through and says stuff like, "There's no such thing as aggressive or defensive players. They're just better players and worse players," which I think there's some merit to that, honestly. Talks about like there's excuses for meta, like why people look better and worse, that he doesn't believe are true. Laning abilities, everything of a pro player. He said he knew the Shy was going to succeed. And then he said, this is the most interesting point, is where he talks about the Shy. He said, there's only 5 players that I felt the absolute difference that I felt the absolute difference before they went pro. Faker, Rookie, Ming, MLXG, and the Shy. Looking at them now, I could just feel that they were different way before they went pro. I've never felt that from anyone else since Season 4. I think that's why LCK fell right now. No talents. Oh, I think I kind of semi felt that about Chovy. Not quite the same, but he's decent.
Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know. I feel like maybe the Shy and Ming are kind of thrown in there because this is Afterworlds, right?
You mean Ning? Or Ming? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just the ones that he listed.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny though. Also, when he's like, I think like when he's saying like the Shy in Season 4 is when he peaked, and he's like not nearly as good as he was then.
Yeah. He talks about like if he played mid, then he'd be like it's like in the post. He's just like he in Season 4 he's at his peak as a player. Back in Season 4, I felt like the Shy could have passed anyone, so I could have already passed Faker if he played mid. He was so much better in Season 4 than he is now. That's kind of cool though, hearing that idea that like playing mid makes you a better player, or gives you more room to grow than top though.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I read it and I was pleasantly surprised to see my boy MLXG in there.
He also went on to say duo Q should be removed.
Yeah, a lot of pros say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a fucking video game that I just want to have fun playing, I would agree. 100%, if you want this to be the most competitive game, there should be no duo queue. I agree. That being said,
I think the only like reason I think it should be there is because of competitive bot lanes, which is the reason he gave.
Oh yeah, is that the reason? But
yeah, he said Riot only puts it in there at least in high elo because of competitive bot lanes.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like if you wanted the game to be more competitive, there should only be solo queue. That being said, I don't think I would enjoy that as much. I really do enjoy playing the game with friends more than anything.
Yeah, I mean it's a video game.
Yeah, it's a fucking game. That's probably because we're not challenger players, though. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not. I transferred my account.
Cool.
Seeing as we're 1 hour into the
Let's get
recording.
into roundtable.
To roundtable. So last question was, what should Riot be focusing on? Brian said, buffing weaker champs and leaving strong ones alone, fix power creep. So I kind of agree with that one. I think it would be interesting if they literally tried to not nerf characters unless they had to, you know what I mean? Like ones that are just like demoing because of some sort of change and only just buffing characters for a while. I think that might make the game too much like it was earlier in the year where like it was too easy to kill people almost, like people just died from nothing. But I think it eventually put the game in a better state overall. Tom said, the people demand Nexus splits. I'll never tire of that game mode. It's coming back at 8.24, so it's about 4 weeks away, I think. I'm excited. It'll be fun again. I'm glad we had a little bit of a break from it, to be honest, though. I like playing normals and stuff, and I feel like it absorbs some people that don't want to play normals and stuff. Mike said, reviving more champs, a Moo Fiddle, for example. I think they're already doing a really, really good job of that. They released 2 characters last year and remade or did remakes for 5, I want to say.
That sounds about right, like near those numbers. I'm
Pike
totally
was
on board
fucking.
with that.
When is Pike released? He was the last character. It's crazy the amount of time. Pike was released
Like 5 months ago.
It's like Pike release date. Why can't I find it?
I'm gonna go 5 months.
May 31st.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Oh yes, that's 5 months basically.
But like, doesn't that it feels like it hasn't been that long? Like 5 months is a long time. Yeah, so I agree. I think they're doing a good job of like what they're focusing on. Like they have their champion roadmap right now. So the next thing they're releasing is a colorful mage, is their only description of it, which I'm excited for. And then they're doing the Kale Morgana rework, there's one more rework in there, and then there's a chained character. So they're reworking 3 characters and releasing 2 more as their next 5, I think. Which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
From our Discord, Mr. Phil said, support items reverting grave sights to Nikali, True Invis, make turrets reveal and target her, stop the stupid turret dives, removing lethality, voice chat, being able to choose one role in solo queue, long wait times, but always having girl 100%. So you can have the 2 choice if you want quicker queues. So, I mean, I agree. Most of those are like opinion things, but I see the point in them. The one I want to disagree with is choosing one role, because I feel like a lot of people have that where they wish they could choose one role. Maybe in a server where we had fucking players, but the reality is, I think having autofill is beneficial for NA at higher ELOs. I think maybe at lower ELOs you could remove it, but I think at higher ELOs it would fuck the game, because currently you already have sometimes like if you queue at random times, you'll already have like such disproportionate matchmaking, like multiple challengers at high elo against like a D1 players or D2 players and stuff. If you make it so people can only fill their role, matchmaking queues for longer, which then makes the matches less balanced, right? So you'll have like D3 players against challenger players, which just makes the games of lower quality. So that's literally why they do that, right? Is because there eventually becomes a point where the match quality falls to a certain point that even though you're in your preferred role, the game is worse than if you were on and off role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called when you have D3 players on the team against challenger players?
Flex queue?
Colton solo queue experience.
Oh, okay.
I like Flex Q better.
That is the reason, though, and I feel like I've heard that from like a lot of people, and I think that is the explanation that a lot of people don't think of, I guess, right away. Barry said, how about the basics of fully supporting 1440p and 4K? Let me make my stupid mini-map bigger. So I think, didn't they? I think a couple patches ago they made 1440p compatible with mini-maps and icons and stuff. I don't think they've done 4K, though. I could be wrong. Maybe that never went through, but I'm pretty sure they did 1440p a couple patches ago. Which is funny, because they probably should have been working on the stuff since, like, 3 years ago. But, oh well. Christian said, stop changing the meta every 2 weeks. As a casual player, it's awful. What do you guys think about that one?
I'm fine with the changes. I think it's really fast this year.
I was actually like gonna post something asking like more casual players, but I guess I don't know. I don't know. I've never experienced this game as a casual player, so it's not really something that I don't know. I can unbiasedly look through, I guess. And I think this is of the MOBAs, this is the one that changes the most, like the most frequently,
definitely.
at least.
Fucking Dota changes like twice a year.
They're fucking huge changes, but it's twice a year. Yeah.
Even as like a competitive player, though, like it took a decent amount of time to like get on board and figure out the changes. I mean, I like that the game feels fresh for the first time in a while. Like, you know, things are changing, but I feel like it was a little bit faster paced than it needed to be. You know, I feel like there were probably I'm trying to think of like a number of like how many distinct metas were in this competitive year from like Spring Split to Worlds, and so, I feel like it's
the first 3 at least are like, so they obviously rework the jungle every single fucking year. So they rework the jungle, then had 80 carries transitioning to play whatever the fuck you want bottom, and then they rework the jungle again, and then whatever we've had since then, right?
Yeah, and there was like the settling towards end of summer, and there was like Urgot Aatrox, and there was Worlds meta.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I feel like there's been like what 6 or 7 like distinct metas this year. I'd probably be happier if it was closer to like 4.
And like a couple of those, like the 80 carry change and the 2 jungle reworks, seem like they should be end of year preseason level changes.
Yeah, like the absolute breadth of those is just like they completely, you know, flipped the game on its head for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Until people figured it out, and it was just like it was crazy.
I don't know though. I like it changing. And then there are times when I think 2 weeks is far too long for some of the changes.
Yeah. Like, so
Or, like-
it's so weird, Nick. It's like they don't have a middle ground, though, right? Because you have the changes like the 80 carry thing, which completely fucking changed the game, probably more so than they ever really have, other than, like, say, changing how support itemization worked in, like, Season 2. You know what I mean?
Honestly, it's probably the largest in-season change that they've ever, done.
Exactly. But, so you have, like, that, and then you'll just have random patches where you're like, oh, literally nothing changed.
Like this 822, dude? What does it do?
The only big change is Pike. That's literally the
Yeah.
only change to the game. Like,
But, like, Akali's still there. Aurelia's still there. I don't know.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like the scale of them is weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
And who knows what patch we're getting? Are we getting a big one or are we getting a little one?
Well, which ones are supposed to be the big ones? They're supposed to do off on, aren't they? Well, I thought it was even.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
I'm pretty sure is it odd is supposed to be the big ones? I always thought it was even, but like based off this one, I would assume it's odd.
Well, maybe it's even, but they didn't want to
When was the 80
make
carry
such
change?
huge. Well, maybe they just didn't want to make such huge changes 3 days before the season ends.
8.11 was 80 carry, so it's odd. That's the big
So
changes.
odds, I guess, yeah. Well, that makes sense.
But still,
So
like,
then the next one, 823, would be off-season stuff, right?
yeah, probably like big changes to offseason. That's where they're doing all they're changing the amount of control wards you can hold, shit like that.
Oh yeah, the Brune stuff too.
Fucking rune changes, yeah. He said they're nerfing Demolish.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, to ruin the fucking Scion.
But like, just deal with that. Why are you nerfing? Can we all? Everyone agrees Demolish isn't a fucking good rune. Like,
No, but I think it has its place on like tanks that don't build damage but still want to push.
but it's getting nerfed
AKA
because of
Scion
one
and
character.
Shin.
It's
Well,
getting nerfed because
honestly-
of one character.
Honestly, like okay, so easy. This took me 10 seconds to think of.
Can't take it on Scion.
Scion can't take no. Scion can't proc it in his death form. Scion deals reduced damage to turrets in his death form. Done.
Wow, you
Done. League of Legends is fixed.
you don't think we should just nerf the rune that's taken on 2 out of 141 characters?
Like Jesus, dude. It doesn't get run on anything except for like what? Fucking Shen and Scion?
That being said, Nick, I guess nerfing it is a better band-aid than like just making it so you can't take it on Scion, right? That would be like their old band-aid. Like the Callista band-aid's still my favorite band-aid fix in the game, where she just does 90% damage.
Hey, you know that BF sword that gives you 45? No, it gives you fucking 41.5. 40.5.
Dude, that's the biggest band-aid fix in the entire game, right?
Oh,
It's fucking terrible.
We don't know what to do.
It's great. Like, and I feel like unfortunately we're seeing a lot of like band-aid fixes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like there's just so many patches. Like so many times I think back to be like, oh, this is very specifically targeted at one thing in a roundabout way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe they know more about League than we do.
So we're still in the roundtable section, by the way. Last but not least, basically Cancer said maybe only make new champs up to 145 and then focus on rewards, item updates, champion balance, getting the client and game working optimally, add voice chat, don't add new stuff till the old stuff is working. And I think they're actually doing a pretty good job of doing that. They haven't been adding too much more extra shit to the game, so...
I don't think they should ever stop making new champs, though.
I think 2 a year is fine, though.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pitch something to you guys. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So they make a new champion, okay, and it's like it's a new stealth character. They don't put out any news about it. They just put it in the store, like not on the front page. It's just
What if it's already there? Have you checked?
Yeah, it's not there.
The ultimate camouflage.
But that honestly
Hidden from even patch notes.
that'd be pretty.
They don't
funny.
include this champ in the patch notes either. You just have to figure it out.
Yeah, you just like see it in a game and you're like, wait, what? Who is this?
Riot never acknowledges that champ's existence.
It would blow up on Reddit in like an hour.
People would hate it.
New champion idea, Nick. Can't move, can't buy items, perfectly balanced, 50% win rate.
Oh, Medias.
Just after
That's my
after
favorite
10
Medios quote.
After 10 minutes, it just flips a coin.
I feel like that'd be the strongest champ.
Did you ever see that though, Colton? Where it's literally like, it was when like what they released before that? Oh no, it was with the 80 carry changes. That's what that came up out, right? It's like They're just making changes because they want to make changes. New character, can't move, can't buy items. 50% win rate, perfectly balanced.
Perfect.
Dan of Steel wins.
Oh, fuck, dude. Okay, anyways, this week's roundtable question is, what role do you main and why?
Support, because I was tired of playing AD carry with fucking autofilled supports every game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Now you get autofilled 80 carries and it's worse.
Well, AD carry at least kind of is like a mid lane when my AD carry gets filled.
Nah. The worst is when you're playing support, Nick, and your AD carries if autofilled support.
Yeah, that's the worst.
So you're both support mains playing bottom together.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
So they
like the other thing though is like if you're playing support, your AD carry is shit, and there's a filled support main somewhere else on the team, and they're like, if you had given me support, we'd be winning right now.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't mind swapping to another role if somebody wants support, but hey, I'm not trying to play AD carry with an auto-filled support player.
Is it more obvious that your AD carries an autofilled support player when they pick Caitlyn or Ezreal?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
Ezreal's for auto-filled other laners. Caitlyn
Yeah.
is for auto-filled supports.
Ezreal's
I swear
also
to
for AD
God.
carries that think they're good.
Jinx is also thrown in there, right? But like those
Yeah.
three, dude, are like the trifecta of I'm an autofilled AD carry player.
It's just like, I'm going to pick a champion that has really long range and focuses on auto attacks like AD carries should.
Oh, fuck
Caitlyn.
me, dude.
What about you guys? What role do you guys play?
I mean, like right now, I guess I'm a support main.
Support, because you're a cuck too.
I'm a support main because jungle is cancer, and Pike is fun. Yeah.
So I currently play support, but I only play manly supports. So
I
that
mean,
makes me-
all
Aiden's
only
play
play
engaged
manly
supports.
Yes, I also play engaged supports. Hello?
No, you're
like
Lulu main.
you play some fucking Braum and Tarek, which are like
Yeah, I play
half-assed.
Braum, Tar. I can play Alistair's my most played.
Dude, Braum's literally just sitting on his AD carry stick the entire game.
Yeah, but
Like,
he's
and-
like hit me. Like
No,
he's
No,
fucking the male
but Aiden and I are
darkness.
like, we're gonna flash under your inhib tower at
Yeah.
3 minutes.
I do
but
think
that's not how I play Braum.
so. Braum and Tark are like hybrids of engaged supports. Nick, I would say. I think Ali, Blitz, Pike, Leona are the engaged supports of the game, and Rakan, I guess. But
Yeah, and Rakan, and then like, I would put Thresh into the middle, in that middle
Yeah.
block with like Braum.
as long as you're not playing Janna, dude. Fuck, I need to tell Colton. Colton, there's a post on Reddit was like, I went from silver 4 to was it master or was it diamond? I think it was It was like D2 or something.
Yeah,
Some-
I think it was. I think it was
to-
Master.
To master over like the last year. So I start reading the post. You know how they did it, Colton?
Did they play Janna?
605 games of
Hmm. Maybe I should become a Janna.
Yeah, and
main.
then Aiden made the joke that he's going to play 605 games as Janna. We both know that wasn't true.
Aiden's not gonna play 605 games of anything.
Like, no offense if you're a Janna main, but there's a problem when someone who's silver 4 can go to master in a year by only playing Janna.
Well, I think like the only decision making she has in her kit is where do I aim the tornado and how early do I like let it go.
So I think she becomes actually like a skill reliant character the higher elo you get. I do
Sure,
think
that's why
like,
he's master and not challenger.
yeah.
Honestly.
No, that's true. But like I actually think at like challenger level, I think Janna players are actually good players. You know what I mean? Like you use your shield reactively, you use your tornado to disengage jumps and stuff like that. Like there's actual mechanics in the kit. That being said, up until fucking master, you don't have to do shit.
Yeah, it's like if you're a really good player, you can pick Janna into like Leona or Janna into Alistair because you can interrupt the combo. But that's just the freest kills at lower elo.
All you gotta do, Nick, is play your 605 games with your 51% win rate and just ride the wave. Fuck.
Lit.
Yeah. Anyways, I play support, but I'm thinking about switching to a different role next season. I haven't decided
I was
yet.
thinking about it too. I've been having a lot of fun playing Ari mid
I mean,
recently.
You don't have the brain capacity to play mid.
I can't stick
That's
to
not
one
nice.
role. I cannot stick to one role. I made every role but AD carry this year.
But it works for you. It works for you.
Sorta.
Doesn't he's fucking D4.
That's higher elo than 90%. Way higher than 90% of the player base. Come on.
Yeah, he's like top 2%.
Higher than that, it's got to be, right?
Colton is currently top 0.5%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it works for him.
Yeah.
Imagine if I could play one character.
Probably
605
like
games.
Top 1%, Nick.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I am on my NA account that I has been played on was top 0.2.
Aiden, imagine the world where I played 605 games of Zillion and nothing else.
Yeah, you'd be fucking Challenger rank 1.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Especially now before they nerf his ulti.
Your main
they?
problem with Zillion,
I
you
fucking
should be
hope so,
40%
dude.
fucking cooldown with
I
Max
fucking
Senior. That's
hope-
fucking retarded.
You play Zillion, you should not be able to buy cooldown reduction.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Honestly, I would honestly be okay with that. I think that'd be really. I think what they need to do then, if they do that, and I think that they could. I think they could make that part of his passive that cooldown reduction does not reduce your cooldowns, but you just get like flat AP from it or something.
Sure.
I think that'd be I think that'd be really interesting.
All I'm saying is there's a point in the game, Colton, where every other player in the game starts throwing up looking at him revive teammates every 40 seconds.
It's less than. I think it's like 36 seconds.
It's like 38, yeah, or something.
Well, you get the extra. You get 45% cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
In like.
And
most
it scales
builds.
with AP. Jesus, kill me, dude.
Why
does
it
the
is
support Zillion
60 seconds
healing?
with 45. So what's that? Times 0.45.
35.
27 seconds off. So
Okay. So 33 seconds.
yeah, it's fucked. That's fucked.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. It's great. It's so fun. Don't
Honestly,
you love League of Legends?
I think he's become my least favorite champ to play against Naram.
Yeah, it's not fair, Nate.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little different, but yeah.
And I think it's also funny because it's got like a 5-second activation time. So it's like, in a way, it's got like a 28-second downtime.
Yep.
Gross. Actually, you can
Um,
get the revive time too. Add
yeah.
another 1.5 seconds.
Fuck. So if you want to tell us what role you main, or maybe if you're going to change it for next season, who knows? You can hit us up on our Facebook page at LeagueCast, come into our Discord, post in our roundtable section, send us an email, mail@leaguecastpodcast.com. Thanks.
All right. Cheese pick.
Cheese pick. So we're gonna do a big, super special, high quality cheese pick build. So this comes to us from the depths of ARAM.
Comes to us from the depths of me fucking a year and a half ago.
The depths of ARAM.
Honestly, when lethality first came out.
The
I
depths
fucking
of
pioneered
ARAM.
that. I pioneered that shit a year and a half ago. I was fucking working in the coal mines, dude, grinding out normal games, playing full lethality Caitlyn.
Well, I hadn't even said it yet, but hey, guess what? It's full lethality Caitlyn, by the way. So, now since you're the fucking, research team leader on this and know everything about it, now I've seen it typically played with Predator on ARAM. Is that what you'd recommend for Summoner's Rift?
I think it's more cheesy with Predator, if you want to look at it that way. So it's the problem with lethality Caitlyn. I'm sure you'll get into this, but you lose the game if they have any tank on their team. But if they have no tanks on their team, literally, I actually think it's a viable pick.
Mm-hmm. So they need to have no tank, or you need to have some reliable way of killing the tank before the fight starts, and that's not you.
We played a game against it. I played a game of it, Colton, and then the next game someone played it. I did nothing because they had like 3 tanks on their team.
Mm-hmm.
And the next game we had all squishies, and it was just the game of who wants to die when Caitlyn's ult is up.
Yeah. All right. So so Predator or what? If so, you're saying Predator's the cheesier option. Do we go
Probably Dark Harvest then.
I usually go Dark Harvest when I play it personally, but
Okay.
you can also go Fleet to get through to the point where you're actually a viable character.
No. I think we're gonna go Dark Harvest or Predator. With that, I would imagine like Taste of Blood just to get you through lane. Yeah. Like I wanna. Or do you go Sudden Impact for like your E auto? I doubt it.
So that is the more cheesy one, right? Because you get more
Go cheap shot.
lethality.
Go cheap
Yeah,
shot.
No, go fucking.
Because it works on your traps.
Yes, but fucking what's it called does more damage?
Sudden impact?
Sudden impact.
But then you have to proc it.
You literally have a way to proc with your fucking E. It literally goes into an auto neck.
Actually, wait a second. You E, then you get 5 seconds. So
Okay, yeah.
you could. I think you might be able to E alt.
I was thinking you'd have to E to get closer to them.
No, we're switching it. Saying sudden impact. So Predator.
Wait. But sudden impact gets worse as your ultimate gains range, because you have to activate it, right, and then the timer starts, and then you have to channel it, and then the travel time.
No, you alt, and then you E while it's in the air.
Ooh,
You could do
huge brain.
Big brain. And then all right. So next down in our domination tree, I'm thinking eyeball collection just for that flat AD.
And it can also only channels for 1 second. You could easily E into alt and get it off, by the way. 1 second channel? Like,
I thought it was longer for some reason.
Okay, so yeah, we got Predator, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collector, and then I think if you're taking Predator, you go Ingenious Hunter. Otherwise, Ultimate Hunter? Or do you just always go Ultimate Hunter?
You go what?
Igneous Hunter, sorry.
Okay,
Thank you.
I was looking for Ingenious. I couldn't find it on the list.
Do you just always go Ultimate Hunter, Aiden, or do you take Igneous Hunter if you have Predator?
So I like Ultimate Hunter because, like, the part of it that's fun is your ultimate, really. But it depends, like, how much you want to win the game, I guess.
All right, so we'll put that as a toss up between Igneous and Ultimate, and then secondary tree, sorcery. Celerity and Gathering Storm.
So I go from Precision. I pick up Presence of Mind.
Oh, that is another way to do it. Presence coup de grace.
You're also like mainly using abilities. This is pretty well like ability. This is like noob Caitlyn. You know when you have the Caitlyn players who are learning how to play the game and they use their abilities in the middle of team fight, and you're like, that's bad. You want to teach them that's good for this build because
okay, so we're gonna change it. We're gonna make this Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ultimate Hunter, Presence of Mind, coup de grace. Your ultimate's gonna be up so often, do 1 billion damage, and that's lethality Caitlyn.
Yeah,
We're gonna pair this with Agiano cheese.
You didn't talk about what you built, by the way, but I'm assuming you just build all lethality.
Yeah, you build all the lethality items. And you can like end on a Stormrazor if you want to.
Yeah, Stormrazor is like the last one I'd get. Yeah.
Yeah, Duskblade, Yomu's, Edge of Night, and then you can get like Stormrazor if you want.
Rapid fire.
Yeah,
actually,
you don't
wait
need
a minute.
attack
Wait,
speed.
so Stormrazor Yomu's gets you 20%. So you want to hit 40. Nope. Do you go cooldown reduction boots?
Stormrazor doesn't give you... Oh, you mean Duskblade.
Duskblade and Yomu's gets you 20%. Do you go cooldown boots or do you take attack speed boots?
You don't need attack speed.
Alright, yeah, I didn't think so. So you go cooldown boots, and that puts you at 30%. And then you steal blue buff from your mid laner because they're a cuck anyway.
Yeah.
40% easy.
You know what's cool about like lethality items, Colton, is they have a lot of AD. And you know what works well with AD? Good ratios. Caitlyn's Q has a 170% ratio, so 1.7 on her Q when it scales up. Her trap has a 100% ratio at level 5, and her alt has a 200% ratio at level 3.
That's some big ratios.
Her
so
E-auto would have a ratio too, because it procs the headshot.
Procs your trap, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's 100%. So all I'm saying, man, is when you have 500 AD, your alt does 1,700 physical damage.
And if they do happen to have a tank, maybe you end with like a Last Whisper item.
No, you just quit the game if they.
You just probably quit.
You give up.
It's probably over by the time you get 2 items completed.
Honestly, though, I think if they have a tank, you just give up on the game and you try to play American Sniper and you just like climb up buildings and try to snipe their carry. So like your team's fighting mid and then you wrap behind them to like a bush in the back. So you shoot them from the back with like a headshot and their tank has to like try to protect them, like Mr. President, their carries.
And then the front line becomes the back line, and the back line becomes the front line, and you win.
Yeah.
And then all of the casters are like front to back, front to back. So we're gonna pair this with Agiano cheese. It's a cow's milk cheese made right here in the U.S. of A., particularly in Utah. It's a hard cheese. It's been described as creamy, but also a little bit dry. It's got a butterscotch or tangy flavor with a fruity aroma. So that's your cheese for this week.
Yeah, but how many wives does the cheese have?
I don't know.
That was a Mormon joke.
It was a Mormon joke.
It's LCS section. Hey, Mike Young leaves TSM. Shocking. TSM misuses another jungler.
Yikes.
At this point, it's not the junglers, right?
I mean, there's definitely some sort of problem going on.
I'm not saying TSM's 100% the problem, but they did this with Amazing. They did this with Santorin.
Amazing Santorin, Svenskeren, Mike Young.
Mm-hmm.
What if Reggie is fucking he's planning for the long term, okay? He's TSM is the fucking hyperbolic time chamber for junglers, and he's just training them to make them better. And like one day the professional scene will recognize what he's been doing this whole time of just like making junglers realize what like it feels like to be fucked on a team, and then like they just have to learn to play a different way.
I thought you were gonna go with he's trying to have every single jungler in the world on his team at some point and wreck every single one of them. So there's no
Team
good
jungle
jungler.
mid. I thought you were going to say he was trying to make all of TSM's junglers look bad so that everyone forgets how bad his Twisted Fate was.
Yeah, that's okay. That's actually it.
Remember Bjergsen missed the 2 cards after that though? You like did his...
Not as much as I remember Reggie missing the cards.
All I'm saying is Bjergsen had that fucking TF play where I think it's worse than Reggie's play, honestly. It was against Link. It was literally against Link.
Yeah, it was against CLG, right? He ultied in. Didn't he missed the card, Zhonya's right away, and his team didn't follow up or something like
It's
that?
one of the worst plays I've ever seen in League of Legends. I can't find it. How can I not find it?
I still think TSM won that game.
It's literally one of the worst plays. I'll try to find it by the end of the show, but yeah.
Hey, Pyrotechnics is leaving Riot. Oh no.
They're losing all their
Who?
casters.
Is that a caster?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in EU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're losing all their EU cast.
I could be a
Yeah.
caster in EU.
They have Frost Scarin coming.
True.
I don't know. I don't care for Frostgearin very much.
I think
I
she's
don't
very
like her,
talented.
I'm not. I'm not saying she's not talented. I just don't think
You just hate women.
you're right. That's why I like Shocks and.
You're a
Avali.
woman hater.
Yeah.
Um,
Nah, dude, Frostcorn's great. Nick's wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
it's just my preference.
I love this weekly segment of the podcast where we talk about why Nick's wrong.
Why Nick's a
Segment
woman hater?
singular.
Yeah, sorry. This
This is just another entry in this week's segments.
yeah, true. It's one of my favorite
basically-
recurring things on Leaguecast is the Nick's wrong sections.
I've never been wrong before, and this is where Aiden inputs every time I've been wrong. Just kidding. That's too much work.
Yeah. I can't find that play. I think fucking TSM scrubbed it from the internet.
Probably. Hey, we have a franchising rumored franchising finalist for EULCS with Fnatic, G2, Misfits, Schalke, Team Vitality, and then four new teams: Astralis, Movistar, North, Rogue, and the return of the one and only SK Gaming.
My boy Nick Astralis.
What?
It's Astralis,
Astralis.
my dude.
Oh.
It's a real
never heard that
popular
word.
CSGO.
Literally, yeah, one of them.
Oh.
Are they still one of the
I don't
best
watch-
squads?
I don't. They're good still. I don't think they're like top 4. Honestly, let me ask Warren. Give me 1 second. Hey Warren,
Yeah,
is
I'm
Astralis
curious.
top 4 in CS:GO right now?
Astralis #1 undisputed.
Astralis #1 undisputed. I'm gonna go.
I
to a
see. I don't
CS:GO
even think
event
that's
tomorrow.
true because CLG's got a CS:GO team.
Because CLG has a CS:GO team.
That's
Nick,
pretty funny.
Hey, I didn't know we were doing another section of Nick's wrong right now.
No, it was obviously a joke. CLG's not the best
It's-
at anything except for maybe Halo in the past.
Colton, are you going only to the finals for the?
No. So Saturday is like I think quarter semis and then Sunday's
Yeah.
finals or something like that.
Saturdays,
Yeah.
semis, finals.
You're going to both days?
Yeah, going both days.
Ooh, sick.
Okay, because Strawless plays Fnatic tomorrow.
That'd be a good game.
I am excited.
Cool. Do you guys remember when EU was basically SK versus Fnatic and then everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the good old days.
Good old days.
You don't like teams like Dragonborns?
Who?
The team with Shusha?
Wait, you that's not a joke.
No, Dragonborns.
When did they play?
First season of ULCS.
Oh, that's why I don't remember them.
Dragonborns, dude. They had Shusei. Who else did they have? Let me look it up.
Obviously, they're so memorable. I
Yeah,
should
he
have
played
remembered
Lux
them.
in that one game. And he owned people. He got the like fucking
Yeah,
double.
that's because there were like fucking 4 mid laners picked.
Their roster was Shusei, Hoson. No, I don't know any of these. Oh, Shook and Youngbuck are on the team.
Oh wow, that's actually surprising.
That's 2013 EULCS. Remember Lemon Dogs?
Lemon Dogs.
I do remember Lemon Dogs.
That's-
Isn't
'cause
that the
they
team
went on
that
for another season.
Bjergsen came from?
Pardon me?
Isn't that the team
Bjergsen was on
Bjergsen came
NIP.
from? Oh, NIP, yeah.
Yeah, Lemon
Yes.
Dogs had a different mid laner. There was like him versus Bjergsen though. That was like a rivalry.
I don't remember who that was, but yeah,
Lemon
I know.
Dogs Nuke Duck?
Maybe
No, was it?
Lemon
I
Dogs
feel like Lemon Dogs is a more famous mid
was
laner
Nuke
than
Duck,
that.
Tabs, We Will Failer, Dexter, and Zoro Zero.
Okay, yeah, so it was Nuke Duck.
I guess it is Nuke Duck, yeah.
It was like Nuke Duck
I
versus
do remember
Bjergsen
Dexter.
that one season.
Remember when Zoro Zero was the best top laner in all of the West, and then he played one season, and then didn't play again?
Yeah.
No.
And then
Zero-Zero's a
CLG was gonna
monster.
get him, and then they got Seraph instead.
Yeah, it worked out.
Did I miss fucking talking about old League of Legends?
Don't worry, hey Aiden, when you're here for Christmas, we can watch old League of Legends.
Dude, old League of Legends is so bad to watch.
It's terrible.
Do you want to watch the old CLG EU versus Nausea and Black Sword finals that took like 5 days to play in like 8 hours?
Average game time 1 hour.
Oh, okay, and like there's 3 of the games got fucking like the power just went
Remake,
out at
yeah.
World Finals. Ah. Oh fuck!
Lit.
You want to talk about
Mail
mail fight?
Yeah. This first email's from it's from Nick. Nice name. He said, "Hey fellers, just want to start off by saying that I love you guys and what you do. I'm a longtime listener, and I was the guy that made the Blue Eyes White Aiden Hearthstone card. That sounds very racist, by the way. Anyway, I'm really bad at remembering to write in, so I'm forcing myself to do it now. I wanted to answer the last 2 roundtable questions. The first was, who is my favorite League streamer? Now, although I don't really watch any streams, Solo Renekton only is a streamer and has a YouTube channel where he's super informational and has great great high-level top lane gameplay. He's also very funny. When I see a big burly dude scream, "Holy nipples," or "Are you nippling me?" it makes me laugh every time. As for this week's roundtable question, I don't have a legit answer for what Riot should be focusing on, except for nerfing Sion. Champion is so ridiculous, and even if you feed, you can win the game by ignoring your enemy and crushing towers. It's actually stupid. Anyway, thanks for reading my email. Sincerely, Nick. P.S. Ezreal is the best team comp. Nice socks, faggot, and all those other cool memes. I forgot about those.
Can I read Dr. Otter's post in our general chat?
Yeah.
Today I've been playing with I've been playing with fire recently. Anytime someone's been super cocky in a game and trash talking, when they kill anyone on my team, I instantly type "kill yourself."
Oh my
as soon
God.
as someone shuts them down. It's super satisfying, and I have yet to face any consequences.
All right,
I like
come
how
on,
he
Doc
says
Ock. You
playing-
can get banned.
Playing with fire. Like, he's literally playing inside of a furnace.
It's like turning up the furnace 1 degree every time. It's like, it's not hot enough yet. Gotta keep going.
Yeah. Fuck. Sorry to cut off your question. I thought that was really
No,
funny.
it's okay.
We promote toxicity here.
Oh, he left. He was in the channel and then he left.
Yeah, get destroyed.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Solo Renekton only. I do like the title of his YouTube videos, which are super clickbaity. And
Yeah.
they're always the best ones. Gotta slap my mom for this new Renekton build.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Nick.
Next email is from Devin. It says, "Hey guys, this is Devin, aka Legolas. I've written in before about which role to play, and I took your advice and I stayed in the mid lane. The reason I'm writing in this time is because I found the two champions I love to play mid, Akali and Ahri. I seem to win lane on both, but when playing Akali mid, I get lost with what to do in the mid game and in team fights. Do you guys have any advice on how to handle the mid game and team fights with Akali? Thank you all for your help and advice. Keep up the good work. I look forward to your podcast every week.
I'm going to say that we probably don't, but we can direct you to some streamers like TF Blade or maybe Bjergsen, who can probably let you know how to play that champ better.
Yeah, I mean, like, weaving in and out of the Shroud is a big one, making sure you're utilizing your passive, but that's, like, really general as someone who's played one game.
Probably stuff he's already doing. None of us play like Akali very much.
I still don't know where Akali's damage comes from yet. I know it's her passive somehow, but sometimes it does a lot, and sometimes it doesn't do a lot, and sometimes she heals a lot, and sometimes she doesn't heal a lot.
It comes from everything except for her W and her E.
Oh.
So it comes from her passive, her Q, and her ultimate.
Yeah, she does a lot of damage.
Only half the time. Yeah.
She ramps up. Like, her Q ramps up really, really hard. Where, like, it does nothing early, and then it's so good later.
Why does it do bonus damage to minions late game? It has, like, a 1 second cooldown.
Because she needs it.
For what?
So she can be really good so they can sell a lot of KDA skins.
I see.
That's
Thanks,
marketing,
Devin.
my dude. Why do you think Kai'Sa and Akali are some of the best characters in the game right now? It's because they knew they were going to sell these KDA skins. Ahri had her little stint in the Glacial Augment Revolution.
True, I still think that's too cheesy to pick like in normals, but
yeah.
Last email is from David. Hey guys, answer to the current roundtable question. I'd like to see Riot put more work into Nexus splits. I wouldn't say it should be a top 3 priority necessarily, but I really enjoyed it as a game mode separate from Summoner's Rift and Howling Abyss. I definitely like to see it have its own theme, not look like Summoner's Rift's leftovers. And since it seemed like you didn't have a roundtable question ready last week for future roundtable questions, I guess we can copy all these down.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What fictional character, gaming, TV, movies would you like to see in League as a crossover? I think it would be cool for... Is it Aang?
Yeah.
Or is it Ong?
Aang.
Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender. He could have Janna's Q, Talia's W, Annie's E, or Nami's Ultimate, or Sora from Kingdom Hearts having an AP bruiser with magic-empowered AAs, auto attacks, and auto attack resets to mimic his combo-based playstyle. Love to hear your thoughts. Hope you have a good final weekend of Season 8, David.
If
That's
they
a good
put
question.
Aang in League of Legends, I would want all of his abilities to be airbending.
What if they were all earthbending?
I feel like that'd be a joke
because they had Talia's in the game.
Oh. I don't know. I've never seen Avatar, so...
Same, I haven't
I
either.
think you missed my joke. Oh, wait, you haven't seen Avatar either, Aiden?
No.
Oh, okay,
No, I don't watch children's cartoons.
There's no way you get my joke then. It's fantastic, and you should both watch it.
I just know that Talia throws rocks, so...
I'm gonna go ahead and say, and I wouldn't even really say this is a hot take because I think it's pretty undisputed. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the greatest shows of all time. So,
Disagree.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to watch a children's cartoon again.
Yeah. You have any
Yeah,
SpongeBob episodes you would want to recommend?
Dude, fuck you. Avatar.
I'm
hardcore.
joking. I'm gonna get fucking hate for that.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
gonna get hate so much.
You guys are gonna have to move to. You're gonna have to move even further away than Latin America North.
Have you heard
I've
of
heard
Phineas and Ferb?
I made a Phineas and Ferb joke the other day, and whoever I was talking to didn't get it.
Yeah.
I think John Wick needs our
you
credit
talking to an
cards
adult?
to defeat.
Yeah, sorry. I was walking at lunch with my friend. In the city we live in, we have like fucking one skyscraper, and it's the Capitol building.
Yeah.
So I made a joke about it just being the fucking evil corporation from Phineas and Ferb, right? Because it's just one skyscraper way bigger than anyone else's.
That would be
didn't get it.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, Nick.
Jesus
Christ.
Get wrecked. Dude, I know all of the children's cartoons, except for anything made in like the last 8 years.
You're gonna have to update your Wikipedia entry from Colton Spence's time playing League of Legends to Colton Spence's time playing League of Legends and also hanging out with middle schoolers.
Yeah.
Well, you hang out with Kennedy too.
That's not
That's
nice.
fucked up.
It's okay, nobody's listening at this point.
Yeah.
Hey,
Speaking
thanks for the email, David. And so we didn't even really answer the question. Let's actually do that. Who would
What
you
was the
want to see?
question?
Who would you want to see as like a crossover?
Oh,
in-
I thought we were saving.
I thought we were
it
just
for
going to use it for
future-
another roundtable, yeah.
Okay, then,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll hold on to it.
Because I was paying attention, I saw you didn't copy it.
Thanks, David, for the email.
Thanks, David. Hey, that's the end of episode 352. You can
What
follow us on
episode
Twitter.
number?
Well, we might as well start all over since I messed that one up. So,
Yeah, it's just from the top.
hey guys, welcome to Leadcast. No, follow us on Twitter at LeadcastFrost. Facebook is Leadcast. ts.leadcastpodcast.com is where you can find us in TeamSpeak. Our Discord, you can find. I guess you have to add us in game now. Or send
there's
us
a
mail.
link to it on my Twitch page if you scroll down.
Oh, on your Twitch page.
Yeah,
Good.
there's
mail at
a comment link.
leadcastpodcast.com is where you can send us anything. And patreon.com/leadcast is where you can support us. And thanks for
Also
listening. We'll see
convince
you
Frito-Lay to
next.
sponsor us.
Yeah, we need to get what's a good hashtag to get trending on Twitter?
No idea.
No.
You can't say that.
Hey, you had another almost 2 earlier.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks
Bye.
for listening. Bye.
Bye.